Tell us, how do you become a quiet millionaire?
It's easy really to become a millionaire. Everybody can if they do some basic things, and most people don't do the basic things that are required. But first of all, you need to specifically set your destination. Know where you're headed specifically. Number two then is that you need to comprehensively plan how you are going to get there. And basically, you can't do it piecemeal. You've got to do it in a comprehensive plan, whether it be tax planning, investment planning, or whatever. You've got to do it all together comprehensively. And then number three, very importantly, you've got to monitor your progress along the way. You can't just let it go on cruise control. You've got to monitor.
Cincinnati financial planner Brett Wilder has a new book just published, The Quiet Millionaire, a guide for accumulating and keeping your wealth. Why a quiet millionaire? What does that mean?
Well, you hear about Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and a lot of other people that are very loudly accumulating wealth, but you don't hear about all the hundreds and thousands of people that very quietly accumulate wealth. And explain to people, no matter where they are in life, whether they're 24 or they're age 64, things that need to be done in order to accumulate money today. And it is on everybody's shoulders today to accumulate. It's not going to be given to them. They have to find their path, and they have to go about accumulating on their own.
What I liked about your book, Brett, is that it's very pragmatic. There's worksheets and there's steps to take, but I like that you also talk about a philosophy. You quote Thoreau in the book. You talk about the mindset, the focus. Expound that a little bit for me, will you? Just talk about how you have to have a mindset to reach your goals.
Well, one of the things that people don't think about is what's really important about money to them. If you know what's important, what drives you for money, and there's lots of different reasons. Some motivations are good and healthy, and some are not so healthy. But the main thing is, if you really know what's important about money to you, and the book gives you ways to self-discover yourself as to what is important about money. If you know what's important, then you will be motivated to do what needs to be done. If you don't think about it, then you'll just go again in a way that's sort of haphazard, and you won't stay focused on what you really want to accomplish.
Right. The quiet millionaire is one who stays informed, yet has learned how to tune out the daily financial noise that can be confusing and contradictory.
That's extremely important because money is emotional, and if you're just reacting to the things on a day in and day out basis that you hear, whether it be enthusiasm or whether it be gloom and doom, you get caught up in the emotional part of it, and you've really got to stay focused and tune out the daily to you. Yeah. And the quiet millionaire typically is someone who is a good accumulator, is very family-oriented, and very often lives unpretentiously. You're not aware of how wealthy they are. And another ingredient is very often that they give back to others to have meaningful lives. That's a good reason to accumulate money.
And something that struck me, wealth is not accumulated by wanting many possessions, but by having fewer wants.
That's true.
That's great advice.
Yes, but most people don't live that way today. We live in a materialistic society with uncontrolled spending, and that creates burdensome debt. And you put all those things together, and that creates a lot of stress, which is very unhealthy. And then, very importantly, most people do not structure their investment portfolios properly. They don't know their tolerance for risk. Yeah. They don't do it in the course of a comprehensive plan. They look for hot tips. They look for things that are really often greed motivated, and greed turns to grief very often. And then the last thing, the seventh thing, is not being aware of the unforeseen things in life that can be financially devastating. Loss of a job, a death in a family, and not planning out the what-ifs in life as to how you're going to manage it, whether it be through insurance or whether it be through accumulating enough money. But there are 7 obstacles that people really should be aware of and pay attention to.
Good Day Columbus starts now.
And a book you may want to grab to get those finances in order. The author says you too can be a millionaire.
We can be a millionaire, or is it saying we should be a millionaire?
What I'm saying is that anybody can be a millionaire if they if they do what they're supposed to. And today, $1 million is not a lot of money.
That's the change, isn't it? From our perspective of, oh, a millionaire, $1 million is really not that much.
And
huh?
most people today are going to have to accumulate at least that in order to be financially secure when they stop working. And basically, you need to do 3 basic things.
Maybe college planning. That's something that a lot of us are thinking about. Oh, how am I going to afford this? What's your advice on affording college, whether I'm a student or whether I'm a parent and I've got kids that are going to college?
Well, again, you need to plan comprehensively, and the family has to work together. The student as well as the parents. They need to know what's going on. The earlier you start, the better. The book has 2 chapters on college planning.
I can see that we might need some expert advice. How do we go about finding a good financial planner?
You need to find a planner who you trust, who you have a comfort level with. Probably better if you work with someone who is not motivated to sell a product for a commission. Pay somebody a fee and to get the information that you need. And then you know it's going to be objective. It's not to sell you an insurance policy.